welcome to the Entrepreneur Media Expose. I'm Ernie Chan, serial entrepreneur. Today we have a gentleman who is very interesting. He's an author, a businessman, entrepreneur, and we'll find out a little bit more about this gentleman, Mr. Harry Seggu. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for inviting me as well, Ernie.
Great.
Thank you.
And we have two segments in the program.
Yeah.
The first segment is what we call the Entrepreneur Quickie. We'll be asking you a series of questions and you'll be requested to answer one-word answers, yeah?
Okay.
And of course, the second segment is the Entrepreneur In-Depth, where we find a little bit more about yourself and your ventures, of course, yeah?
Okay.
Are you ready, sir?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, great, Harry. And the first segment, the Quickies. Where are you from?
From Ipoh.
What do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur, author, and speaker and consultant.
And what languages do you speak?
English, Malay, Punjabi, Cantonese, and a bit of Spanish.
Who's your idol?
My idol, I think my parents are the main ones, okay, for relationship. And then business, Donald Trump is one of them.
Okay.
Yep.
What car do you drive?
Japanese car.
When did you start venturing into business?
About 10 years ago.
And how do you spend your time away from work?
From work, usually my friends, close friends, and then family, and also some time off by myself.
Okay. Do you prefer to enjoy sunset by the beach or by the mountaintop?
By the beach.
Very good.
Yeah.
We just got done with the Entrepreneur Quickie.
Yep.
And now for the second segment, which is the Entrepreneur In-Depth, where we find a little bit more about your business and your ventures, yeah?
Okay.
As far as it needs to be. First question, share with us the business that you're in currently.
I'm in the training and professional development line, okay, also in the education line, where we train individuals, okay, bring out the awareness in them, and helping them become unique and creative individuals rather than being the typical stereotype like what we have today that you can see in schools. Parents tend to focus too much on education, okay, and what we have is an influx of degree holders, masters holders, and we don't really see the creative side of them, coming up, and building themselves individually and successfully as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what got you into this business in the first place?
I guess my curiosity into building my own self, that's when things started. I started, I think, by the age of 12 when I became a magician. You see?
Okay.
Yeah, and thanks to my parents as well,
Sure.
who encouraged me to allow me to venture in this line. And from then on, things started to pick up, started developing myself, reading books on entrepreneurship and also about the mind. Because we human beings, when we're born, we don't have a unique manual,
Sure.
on how to operate yourself. Unlike when you buy a VCR, tells you what to do, press A, press B,
Sure.
Yeah. So that's when I started to develop myself, and I had a system for my mind. Okay, I started reading a few books, developed myself, and things picked up from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And started at 12 to become a magician.
Yeah.
What did that lead to then?
I think that was my first job and also business as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Where I started going to schools and to perform. And it was a start off, a kickoff for me for entrepreneurship.
Great, excellent. You have one of your latest launch of your book right now is in the market. It's called The You Economy. And of course, tell us a little bit about this book. What is it about and why the You Economy?
Well, it's called the You Economy because today, whatever we do, it's all about you. So you are responsible for your own acts and actions. And it's also about you designing your economy. You can't depend on others to help you succeed in life. You have to be the main one to set up or to start any kind of venture that you want. If you don't build yourself, you're not going to be successful in life. So that's the reason that I came up with this concept of the You Economy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you see this book being able to help individuals out there in line with the high income economy that the government is trying to push across?
Well, firstly, I think it's about developing themselves, raising the awareness, okay, developing the intellectual capital. See, when we look at the employment scape outside, the landscape, okay, most of them, why do you think that some people earn about 350 to 5 ringgit an hour working at a fast food chain restaurant? Why do you think that some who own their business earns about a few thousand or few millions in a weekend, Well, it's because of their intellectual capital. Yeah, so we're trying to create this awareness in individuals to say, look, you're not limited to the stereotype of where you need to find a job. You can come out of that stereotype mindset and then set up your own business. As well as the same time, we have the tools today, using the internet as well. So that is one thing that we shouldn't miss. Social media is a big industry there. And fusing the two together, it helps individuals to position themselves better online, to educate themselves with all the information they have, self-censorship, and at the same time also building a business strategically in the global marketplace.
Okay. And where do you see your books leading you to?
Where I think maybe creating a series, of different titles, and also setting up a platform, with magazines and other training centers as well around.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the objective of you wanting to do that?
My objective mainly is to bring out the message, to bring out the awareness in individuals, so that they do not become the stereotypes, having that typical mindset and then blaming the government or anyone else around you. See, I think that we should blame ourselves, mainly. If we don't take action to change, then nothing is going to change around us. What we have to do is we have to see that we can't change the mindset of Gen X anymore, because they are set in their mindset. We can't do much unless they want to change. So what we can do here, my objective here, is to share information, bring out the awareness and the word to the youths today, because they'll be the leaders of the future, you see. So by changing this, we get to change and shape our future as well.
You said about the Gen X is they're set in their ways, right?
Yeah.
What is your thought on the Y generation then?
The Y generation, I think if we do not move them or lead them in the proper direction or positive path, then they're going to be back into the same stereotype thinking as Gen X, you see. So we must take these initiatives as ourselves, like you and me, going out to bring out the awareness to them, so that they change and lead them in the right direction, because everyone needs a mentor. You see, if you don't guide them, then they're not going to find their way out there.